meant to be like her.
Oh, my, wow, everybody. It is so beautiful being here. Most of you know by now that I'm both the officiant of this and also Lauren's grandfather. And as such, it is very touching and a great honor for me to be here with the two of them, to welcome everyone to this joyous event. And I know that it is their great pleasure to have all of us here, parents, Leslie and Bob, Kim Chun and Kim Ja, Matthew, where is he? Matthew right here. All of us, grandparents, aunts and uncles, cousins, and lots of nice friends and people from way back. It's just terrific. And just a couple of sad notes, because this is such a joyous time, but we do want to take note of the fact that first, that your sister Jocelyn was unable to bust through whatever the bureaucracy was that kept her from joining with us tonight. And so she is there. I'm sure she's sending us her love and all of that. And the second is Grandma Anna, who had this terrible fall and is recovering and really wanted to be here tonight, but was unable to be here. But she does send you her love, and we send her love back as well. And one other deal, and that is there were so many others who wished they could be here and who are no longer with us, and we still want to turn our thoughts to them. And Nana June and Grandpa Dick and Aunt Myra and Uncle Erwin and Cousin Luke and all others who really would have wanted to be here to share this experience with us. And because in this moment they are in our hearts, so they are with us. Okay. Now, Leslie, would you please come here? Leslie. And Bob, come up here too. Yeah. So, I mean, this is it. You've been hanging out to these kids a long time. So this is it. We need to know. Are you giving Lauren into this marriage with your full and heartfelt blessings?
Yes.
You are. That is very, thank you very much. There. Okay. That's it. I have no doubt we'll do a lot more for you later on. All right. So anyhow, a lot of things, but I was thinking that Matthew, a couple of years back, he sent me a photograph. And the photograph, around it, there was an inscription on the photograph. And the inscription said, grandparents are grandchildren's link to the past, and grandchildren are grandparents' hopes for the future. So that's why I think it's something really special to be standing with you two now. And just, Laura, I go back to your very beginning. And so I have so many images flashing through my mind when I think of that. And this little imp running up and down the stairs and falling, especially you even remember that one. And going off to Boston's first night, little kid, and getting your face painted and coming back. I mean, those are really special, cute, lovely days. And then, of course, the gymnastics. And, that was okay, but... well, there was a thing about those handstands that we thought, you had a whole crowd saying, hey, those things are you ever going to come down from that? But then we followed you through so much of life as you were growing, and you had your issues that you needed to deal with. They were not all smooth, but you were strong, and you faced them, and you worked through them. And then it was just amazing, wonderful to see you then grow into this amazing young woman, creative entrepreneur, and a mentor now to other young women and others. So that's just very powerful. hang in there. I did not get you when you were born. but and there's other folks here also can be witnesses to that when we first met, it was at Northeastern, at those dinners, and it was so wonderful being able to have some of the students there at the time. And we were just taken with that wonderful smile of yours, which is still so powerful, but also this inquiring mind. You need to know everything. You have to understand everything. And then there was also this quirk about acquiring Yiddish words. You got a list. It's really a mess. All that's left now are the square words, and you'll be complete. But there was something else, because college is a real turning point in lives, and there are difficult issues to handle. And that is what I remember, what stands out for me about you at that time. That you were a person who was not only strong in body, but you were strong in character. And you still are strong in character. And you were a person who was going to be in charge of your life and make the decisions that you needed to make. And so there it is. And of course, then it gets the two of us together. And so there are also people in this room who remember this event, which tells a lot about this guy and you. And that is, what was it, I don't know, 15 months ago or so? A celebration at the gym. Okay, you know what's coming. They're all milling around, dozens of us drinking, chatting, and all the rest. And then all of a sudden, this guy goes over to her in the middle of this whole crowd, drops to one knee, brings out the ring, and says, "Wow, we married." And we are just overwhelmed. Because not only is it the beauty and is it the love, but it's also the vulnerability in that. It wasn't nothing to it. It was and so it is there. And so that is what this is, of course, about. It's about the celebration of love, and the celebration particularly of your love, but it's a celebration of love for all of us. It's not like it's, And so, one thing that would be useful, would be interesting, would be for all of us to take a moment and just think about what life was like for us before love entered our hearts. Before love entered our hearts. So, Karen, are you there? Can you tell us what the great American poet Maya Angelou had said about the subject?
We, unaccustomed to courage, exiles from delight, live coiled in shells of loneliness until love leaves its high holy temple and comes into our sight to liberate us into life. Love arrives, and in its train come ecstasies, old memories of pleasure, ancient histories of pain. Yet, if we are bold, love strikes away the chains of fear from our souls. We are weaned from our timidity. In the flush of love's light, we dare be brave. And suddenly we see that love costs all we are and will ever be. Yet, it is only love which sets us free.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you. That's such a great couple of lines. Really? Because it is true that love costs all that we are and will ever be, and yet it is true that only love is what sets us free. So here's the thing. Hang in there. I know you got other things to do. But there's this. I'm trying to think, it was probably 2 months ago at the lake. I saw this woman swimming across the lake, and I was really taken with her strength and her grace as she glided across the water. I really thought it was amazing. And that woman was your mother. And she was training for a triathlon. And she recently completed that. And that whole notion of her being a triathlete was totally inconceivable to her just, a couple of years earlier on. Not possible. And that is what the two of you do together. You create the inconceivable. You take people, and I know this part is really important to you, and that is it's regardless of race, creed, color, sexual orientation, politics, it doesn't matter what. But that's very important. And that is You take them, you coach them, you help them to move past these limits that they think they have and to develop new strength and new confidence and new pride in themselves. This is a huge item that you do. And you do this not just one-to-one, you do this by creating a community of people. And I know how important that is, because that's a community of acceptance and love. This is key, a community of acceptance and love. And your hope is not only that you do that in your work, but you hope that that stands for the rest of the world, because so much of that exists in the world are the differences that we have that divide us, cause us pain and struggle, and this is what the two of you are committed to eliminate that, do that. So that's great. Now here's the thing I think we all know. There are two kinds of love in the world. There's the passion that we have for one another, and then there's the passion for the work that we do in the world, too. And your unity is based in both of this deep love for one another and your passion for this work that you do. And that unity of bond will strengthen your marriage. And you're a team. You are a team. You're partners in every sense of the word. You support one another. You grow together. You enjoy the fruits of your labor together. It is just beautiful. So I'm always seeing all sides of things. And that unity of passions can also be an issue, can be a problem. Because Grandma and I also know this. We know that when you are not just getting married, you are in business together. And that raises a whole new level of complications in this world. So it's like, it's one of those things where you're never wholly away from them. In some sense, it lingers. There are complications. You already have a big family. You got all these people, participants in the gym, and you got your staff, and you got people with different temperaments that are looking to you, and there are responsibilities. There are complications. There's financial issues. There are things to worry about. So the thing is this. And I don't think I'm telling you anything you don't know. Obviously, worry, financial issues, all these kinds of things can weaken our bonds. But I know that so long as the two of you stay grounded in this love for one another and in this passion and vision that you have for the work that you do, and so long as you stay in partnership together, so that whatever comes along, who knows what is waiting for us down the road, so that whatever comes along, you work together, you face it together, you work it through together, and it turns out that those issues and problems and all the rest, that they will not weaken your bond, they will strengthen it. They will strengthen it. And so that is a big thing. So at this particular point, I want to bestow a few blessings on you and just kind of let these in. Okay. So Lauren and Jason, may your marriage enrich your lives. May you work together to build a relationship of substance and quality. May the honesty of your communication build a foundation of understanding, connection, and trust. May you respect each other's individual personalities and beliefs and give each other room to grow and fulfill each other's dreams. May your sense of humor and playful spirit continue to enliven your relationship. I know you're up for that. May you understand that neither of you is perfect. You are both subject to human frailties. And may your love strengthen when you fall short of each other's expectations. And may you continue to be best partners and best friends. So now we've got to this point, and it is still sort of a choice point here because, we can go either way here. It is good. So we just need to be sure that that have to come here freely and without reservation to give yourselves to each other in marriage. Yes? Yeah, you do? Okay. All right, well, you'd be surprised how relieved all of us are. So that's wonderful. Well, then this would be a wonderful time for you to speak your vows to one another. Are you ready for that? Okay. You want to grab the mic over here, guys. Take a deep breath. Okay.
Jason, before I met you, I had a much different understanding of love. And I thought that love was butterflies and rainbows and sunshine every day. I never realized or believed that it could actually be challenging. Give me a second. So, I actually believe that as soon as there was challenge or conflict, that it wasn't love anymore. And you have opened up a world for me that I didn't know existed, a world where I don't have to fear challenge or change. A world where on the other side of conflict comes understanding, respect, and growth. You were the first person in my life to ever force me to have difficult conversations rather than allow me to pretend like the difficulties weren't there. You've allowed me to be a more open and vulnerable person, and even though most days with you truly are butterflies and rainbows, I know we can get through anything together. So, when I was 15 and going through my first breakup, my dad asked me what I was looking for in a boyfriend. And I said, I just want someone who can make me laugh. And you've obviously hit that criteria. But you've also opened up my eyes to all the other things I never even knew I was looking for in a partner. So I'll name a few. You're the world's best listener. You're strong in every sense of the word. You dream big and encourage me to do the same. Your infectious smile and laughter brighten up every room. You make me feel safe, beautiful, and more loved than I ever thought possible. So as we journey through life together, these are my vows to you. I promise to laugh at all your jokes, even the really lame ones. I promise to always play football with you for as long as possible. I promise to try to slow down and enjoy the moment. I promise to be the implementer of your ideas, the supporter of your ambitions, and the encourager of your dreams. I promise to be the best mother that I can to our future children, and to always put family first. I promise to say yes to the casino on occasion, but to also reel you back in when you've gone too far. And finally, I promise to challenge you, to love and respect you, and to stand by your side through every single thing that life throws at us.
Jason.
I should have gone first. Lauren, life with you has been extremely difficult. It would be super easy if I was just the same person I was when I first met you. But no, you weren't willing to settle for that. You've enabled me to push so far past my comfort zone. You've helped me overcome so many different personal challenges, and have helped me grow in so many ways through your unwavering confidence and support for me. You've shown me, through your actions, the value of positivity, of vulnerability, and of empathy. These values and your overall outlook on life have shaped who I am today, and for that I'm forever grateful. Thank you for also always helping me with my grammar and helping me to understand American phrases like "I'll get out of your hair" or "the apple doesn't fall far from the tree." I vow to always support you, just like you support me, to continue to learn from you, and to always be a source of positive energy, just as you are to me. I promise to always root for the Yankees and against the Red Sox, unless, of course, there's the offbeat chance that the magic number at the end of the season dictates my room for the Red Sox in order for increased chance of the Yankees making the playoffs. I also promise to continue splashing water all over the bathroom sink every time I get ready in the morning. And above all, I promise to love, respect, and trust you, and give you the best of myself, because I know that together, we'll build a life far better than either of us can imagine alone.
Okay? Yeah. All right. Well, so now we have a few rituals to complete the ceremony. And the first ritual is a traditional one. It has to do with the rings. And exchange of rings. And this one, you're going to give this to Laura. All right. So then, Jason, you're going to repeat after me the following. Okay. All right. Lauren, I give you this ring
Lauren, I give you this ring
as a symbol of our vows,
as a symbol of our vows,
with all that I am
with all that I am
and all that I have.
and all that I have.
Please accept this ring
Please accept this ring
as a sign that I choose you
as a sign that I choose you
to be my wife
to be my wife
today, tomorrow, and always.
today, tomorrow, and always.
Beautiful girl, yeah, just get that right on there. We're not fooling around here, huh? This is the whole thing. Okay, so Lauren, you got that one there. Okay, so now you listen to me. All right. Jason, I give you this ring
Jason, I give you this ring
as a symbol of our vows,
as a symbol of our vows,
with all that I am
with all that I am,
and all that I have.
all that I have.
Please accept this ring
Please accept this ring
as a sign that I choose you
as a sign that I choose you
to be my husband
to be my husband
today, tomorrow, and always.
today, tomorrow, and always.
That's all good. Okay, good. All right. Now you got a few more to go. Now, what we have here, the traditional glass. The glass. So now let me put it down here for a minute. Now here's the thing. All right. All right. So now, the breaking of the glass has got a lot of long traditions to it. A lot of long traditions. And some of them go back so many years that some notion was, that the sound of the breaking of the glass was going to scare away all evil eyes that were in the audience. So if anybody had something in for you, bang, the sound would go. That was one reason. The second one was in the Jewish tradition, the breaking of the glass was an expression of sadness for the destruction of the Second Temple. So that was one. A third meaning of the breaking of the glass was that when you break the glass, and it's not bad, it's an irrevocable act. Once broken, it cannot be undone. And this sort of sense of refers to your vows. So your vows, once your vows are made, it's an irrevocable act and they cannot be undone. That's you too. You've got another meaning to this, which I think has some meaning for all of us. And for you, the breaking of the glass, it's sort of like your vision of the gym as a place of love and acceptance, as a place in which these differences would cause so much pain in relationship and so much pain in the world that they're gone. And so it's the smashing of those boundaries that traditionally divide us. So that's your special meaning of this. It's a great contribution. So then when you do this, then we're going to say, as soon as that's broken, then I'm going to ask all of us in the audience, they're still awake, to then, at the smashing of that, to shout together the universal shout of joy, which is basically Mazel Tov, we all know that. So, okay, so here we go, the two of you together, here we go, the breaking of boundaries. Let it rip. Beautiful, all right, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. All right. Okay. That's great. I saw two other rituals. I saw two others. So, boy, it's okay. These are fast. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think you know. Yes, I like that. Good. That the breaking of boundaries and the destruction of differences that divide us is not the same as eliminating differences. But really what you want is a world in which we can live with differences and respect differences, support one another, and our lives be enriched by differences. I mean, nobody wants to eat scrambled eggs every day for breakfast, We like, it is right, do you? No, I'm close, okay. So the idea then is that, and so I want to introduce that a couple of rituals, which may have a small part in your lives, but we'll see. So here's the thing. See, traditionally, mandarin ducks have long been a part of the Korean wedding ceremony. And mandarin ducks have been chosen because it is believed that unlike other ducks, they mate for life. That's significant. And that they represent peace and lots of offspring. And so generally, And so, more often, ducks are used in the ceremony itself, live ducks. But it's also tradition allows that it's possible without live ducks. For instance, the Canadian people here sort of ruled against that one. Is that it's also possible to use either wooden ducks or ceramic ducks, which also mean a lot. Ceramic is a very important Korean tradition. And if it's a wooden duck, it has to be carved by a pure man who is monogamous and has lots of children. Well, it so happens. I have to. I have to. Yeah, I do. I have to. Jason, oops. This is your duck. That is your duck. And Lauren, this is your duck. Yeah. And these are really nice ducks. So now here's the tradition about these ducks. That these ducks should be placed in a prominent position in the home. And when there is harmony in the relationship, the beaks are facing one another like that. And if there is tension in the relationship, then they should be faced the other way. And then the idea is, the wise men suggest that every night before going to bed, no matter what, those beaks facing together. Now there's one other sort of touchy part of this whole thing. You'll notice that your female duck has got this string around the nose. Yes, you know what this is. And the string signifies that the woman is supposed to be quiet and support her husband. Good luck on that one, Jason. All right, you want me to take those for you now? And you'll get them in a bit. Okay. All right. So that is... No, sorry. Sorry, good. There we go. All right, so that is Nouveau Korean. And now we have one last, which is Nouveau Jewish. So this last is a prayer that actually is written in the Old Torah. It's not, it's in there. And it's a prayer that thousands of years ago, the high priest in the temple in Jerusalem would recite this prayer over the children of Israel who came for the high holidays. So it's only the high priest could do this. And then the tradition is modified over time. So that even us grandfathers and fathers can now pronounce this prayer over our grandchildren and children. So first in the Hebrew. So in the Hebrew, the prayer goes like this, and it's a sound of this ancient language. Yivarechecho Adonai v'yishmorecho, yo'eh Adonai ponov elecho v'yifunecho. Yiso Adonai ponov elecho, yosem l'cho shalom. Barring Jason. May the universe protect you. May the universe be gracious unto you. May the universe reveal its goodness to you and grant you peace. And now, by the authority vested in me, for today only, by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Lauren and Jason, it gives me great pleasure to pronounce you husband